NFL Training Camp 2026 live updates. Latest news, injuries, and more from around the league. Live updated NFL Training Camp 2026 live updates. Latest news, injuries, and more from around the league. 2026 NFL Training Camp. Latest NFL training camps continue as all 32 teams build up to the new season, hoping to lay the foundation for success. 49ers receiver Ricky Pearsall will miss the 2026 season after he elected to undergo surgery on his right knee to address his PCL injury. Stay tuned for more news, analysis, and highlights from our team of reporters at The Athletic. Share your views in our Discuss tab or email live@theathletic.com. Join the conversation. What do you think about your favorite team's chances this season? Are you excited about what you're hearing from training camp?
Wet boots ruining your mornings? This silent, fanless dryer gently dries boots, shoes, and gloves overnight while helping reduce damp odors, so your gear is ready when you are. Want to get the best verified deal and see full details? Visit grabdeal.us/4 right now.
Join the conversation in the Discuss tab or email live@theathletic.com. We will incorporate the best contributions into our coverage. Subscribe to our coverage. The NFL's training camps continue today with more news and notes throughout the league. The college football and Premier League seasons are also getting closer. Plus, the Major League Baseball trade deadline is coming up Monday. We will have all that and more covered at The Athletic. Get your subscription here to make sure you can read all of our terrific coverage. Welcome to another day of our coverage of the training camps around the NFL. Preseason games are just around the corner. Until then, the focus is on the training camps. Our staff of NFL writers has you covered with updates from across the NFL landscape. Stay tuned for the best quotes, takeaways, and headlines from one of the most glorious parts of the NFL calendar. Browns not rushing QB competition enmeshed in a flurry of interceptions. The Browns' quarterback competition is not looking promising. Both Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders struggled during the Browns' Saturday practice. But head coach Todd Monken isn't putting a deadline on determining his starter, giving the competition time and patience to play out. Speech balloon, I think the most important thing is, from a process standpoint, how we are operating at the line of scrimmage. Where are their eyes on past dropbacks? Have they taken command of the huddle, and then cadence, and then understanding the concepts? All of our players are working through mistakes and fighting like hell to get better. Our Zach Jackson shares more details into the state of the Browns' quarterback situation and why Browns fans should not expect an answer on QB1 anytime soon. Myles Garrett had a second straight day off from practice, but it was a scheduled rest day, per a team official. Another non-QB Vikings thing from today, Max Bredesen was very much in the offensive mix. A pretty telling and impressive thing for a rookie FB to be as a part of it as he was this early, given the complexity of the system. Sanders shares his perspective on training camp. Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders provides his outlook on the Browns training camp going into his second season. Ty Simpson had a nice TD throw to CJ Daniels between two defenders in the back of the end zone. Another day of the 6th-round rookie WR making some plays, too. Ali Cox on Jones. He's throwing dimes left and right. Colts TE Mo Ali Cox on QB Daniel Jones, who is about 8 months removed from tearing his right Achilles tendon. Speech balloon, he looks like he never got hurt. You see, he's throwing dimes left and right on the field, getting out of the pocket, scrambling, and different things like that. Chargers considering all options at LG. The Chargers are looking from a bounce-back season from their offensive line, and 4 of the 5 starters are set. That leaves the left guard spot, where Los Angeles is considering all options. 5 players have taken reps at the left guard spot with the first-team unit: Kayode Awosika, Jake Slaughter, Trevor Penning, Trey Pipkins III, and Branson Taylor. From offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel, speech balloon, it's important not to be close-minded in situations where you have a handful of guys that are able to compete for a job. The left guard competition leads off Daniel Popper's notebook from an up-tempo day at Chargers training camp. Levis remains confident Will Levis last played in an NFL game on deck. That was the day the 33rd pick of the 2023 NFL Draft committed 4 turnovers, threw his 4th pick-six of the season, and was benched in the Tennessee Titans' 37-27 loss to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Titans took Miami quarterback Cam Ward with the no. 1 pick of the 2025 draft a few months later, and Levis missed the entire 2025 season after undergoing surgery to repair the AC joint in his throwing shoulder. Still, while Levis may have lost his starting job a while ago, he hasn't lost his confidence entering the 2026 season. Vikings LB Golday stands out in drills. Vikings rookie LB Jake Golday is getting some first-team snaps on the edge. Golday said he spent the whole summer studying multiple spots in the Flores defense to be ready. Then, when he got here for camp, after playing stacked backer all spring, they moved him over to edge for a bit. Samuel impresses in return to 49ers. Camp, the 49ers are welcoming back wide receiver Deebo Samuel, just as receiver Ricky Pearsall heads to the season-ending injured reserve after undergoing surgery on his right knee. San Francisco is now hoping Samuel can replicate his form when he was one of the most dynamic players in football from 2021-2023, and the early returns from training camp are encouraging. Our Matt Barrows has more from 49ers training camp on Samuel's return. Nix flashes mobility during training camp drills. Bo Nix is not changing his playing style in his return back from 2 ankle surgeries, and today's practice was evidence of his continued aggressive approach. Nix demonstrated his mobility and arm on a crafty rollout and passed to Courtland Sutton during a situational drill. Speech balloon, I'm going to roll. I'm going to be as athletic as I can be. It's a strength of ours, and so we've got to use our strengths. For me, that's when I feel at my best and when I feel free. When I'm playing like that and I'm moving around, it's a good thing. At the same time, I also know what it's like to not have that asset and have to stay in the pocket. I feel strong no matter what the play is going to be, no matter what happens defensively, no matter what my reaction is. I feel capable of doing anything. Our Nick Kosmider shares more about the confidence Nix has built in his return to training camp. Quentin Nelson on the Colts' first padded practice Monday. Being able to grab onto those shoulder blades, pauses to rethink, linemen never grab, face with tears of joy, we just put our hands out. We love it when the pads come on. Get sore from all the hits you take? Pick Twitter.com A70F1Y6 O'Murray looks strong in Saturday practice. Vikings' first practice in front of fans just ended. Completed all sorts of passes from the pocket. McCarthy's timing seemed a tad off, late on some misfires. Kyler took most snaps with ones, JJ with twos. Former All-Pro White to join Lions defense. The Lions are adding former Buccaneers linebacker Devin White to fortify their front seven, the team announced today. White is going to his 8th year and is coming off a season in which he recorded 174 combined tackles with the Las Vegas Raiders. Previously, he earned a second-team All-Pro nod with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2020. The Lions have veteran options in their linebacking core, but could be without 4th-rounder Jimmy Rolder. Colton Pouncey and Matt Schubert share more context and insights into White's signing in this article. Harbaugh bringing intensity to Giants training camp, 4 practices now in the books in Giants camp. And yes, the people who hired John Harbaugh are very happy with the way he's run them. The emphasis on execution and not a second wasted. They wanted Coughlin-esque and they got Coughlin-esque. Should Eagles' offense be concerned after lopsided practice? The dominance of the Eagles' defense was the obvious takeaway from Philadelphia's training camp practice. How much of that is attributable to the new offense's learning curve? From offensive coordinator Sean Mannion, I think the biggest thing we want is great effort every day and then to compete. That was a big thing coming into this camp. For us is everyday high-level competition. I think for us offensively, it's, hey, can we have a really sound pre-snap operation? Those are some of the things early in camp, day 1, we struggled with a little bit. I thought there was improvement day 2. And then just assignment, alignment, execution. Read more about the lopsided showdown between the Eagles units in this notebook from Zach Berman.